Hey everyone, it's Mary with Happy Pine Soap. Welcome back to my channel. Today's a very special day. We are going to make goat's milk soap. I've never made goat's milk soap before, so this is a brand new recipe for me and I'll be sharing it with you. It's one I whipped up just for today's fun new tutorial, and I really hope you guys enjoy this. I know goat's milk is very popular in soap, and I know all the milks add their own special lather and properties to soap, so I'm also curious how this one will perform. So I'll be doing a lather test at the end as well, so we can kind of compare it to some of the other soap recipes. So if this is something you're interested in, hit the like button, subscribe, and join me for some fun new soapy goodness. If you've ever wondered why people like to add milk to soap, well, it actually has quite a few reasons. Milk is gentle on the skin, so it's great for people with sensitive skin. The lactic acid also is a gentle exfoliator. It provides a creamy, luxurious lather. In addition, the milk's natural fats add moisture to the skin, so it really balances the skin. And it also is reported that it's very helpful for skin conditions like eczema or psoriasis. So these are just some of the few things that make milk a popular choice for adding to cold processed soap. Here is our brand new recipe, and once again I'll have a nice still photo of this at the end of the video if you would like to screenshot it. But essentially this one is going to have a lot of butters, and the reason I did that is I want the oils to be pretty white in color. I don't want the oils themselves to discolor the soap batch, which sometimes the darker oils can. So a lot of these are very light colored oils. And again, all of my recipes are in ounces and grams, depending on where you are in the world. So you can easily also resize these recipes if needed, because you see the percentages here. And again, the water, you can use distilled water, or as we are doing in this recipe, we are doing a full replacement with goat's milk. And if you don't have these oils or butters, you can do goat's milk with as a full replacement using my method today with any recipe you might have. So just because you don't have these oils perchance, it doesn't mean you can't do a goat's milk soap. Just feel free to use your favorite recipe, do a full replacement for the water with the goat's milk, just how I'm going to show you today, and you're good to go. So this one, again, I love my lye concentrations here at 40%. That's a water discount. That's my favorite water discount. Makes the soap set up faster. And our lye here is 4.6 ounces. And again, everything is in grams as well. And this is going to be a 3-pound soap batch as well. Here's just a general fragrance amount at about that 5 to 6% range, but always check it in your unique fragrance calculator. I use Brambleberry's fragrance calculator because I love her fragrances. And then this recipe also is going to be fabulous. It's going to be a super hard bar, and it's going to have super long longevity. So the longevity number is the largest I've actually ever created. It is 33. These two numbers, your palmitic and steric numbers combined, getting them above 30 is going to really help the bars last longer. So woohoo, I'm looking forward to seeing how long these bars last. So yeah, copy of this will go at the end. And yeah, so that's this new recipe. We're ready to go. All right, let's start with making the goat milk, since I don't have my own goat, unfortunately. Shucks. I've heard they're pretty cute, but definitely destructive. So instead, I have this goat milk powder, and the instructions say to mix 4 tablespoons of powder with 1 cup warm water and stir until dissolved. So that's the 4 tablespoon pre-measured, and I warmed up my water in the microwave. And so we're just gonna add, and I think I'll use my mini mixer to make sure it's nice and smooth. And then I think what I'm going to do, as with all sugars, whoops, come on out there. As with all sugars, you want to freeze them. So I'm gonna put them in the freezer overnight so that they're nice and cold. That way, when I add the lye to the goat's milk, it doesn't burn or scorch it. So that's the thing with anything with sugar, whether it's honey, whether it's fruits, you can scorch it from adding the lye. So the way to prevent that, essentially from having burned ruined soap is to freeze anything with sugar overnight. And then when you add the lye, it will not basically overheat. So the lye, instead of being say 200 degrees, it will actually only get to about 130. So it keeps it from scorching. All right, that's probably pretty well mixed. Let's pour our goat's milk into our ice cube tray. Hopefully I have enough ice cubes here to use up all the milk without spilling. Whoop, let me turn it around. Make it a little bit easier here. All right, and we're almost there. Whoa, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's gonna freeze anyways. It's a little foamy. All right, I'm gonna pop this in the freezer overnight and we'll have frozen goat's milk in the morning and be ready to soap. All right, it is the next morning. I have the goat's milk frozen here into our individual ice cubes. We're gonna add 6.9 ounces of goat's milk. So let's weigh out our ice cubes. All right, probably one more ice cube, I'm guessing. With one more ice cube, it's almost there. So what we're gonna do is add a tiniest amount of distilled water till this equals 6.9. All right, let me go grab it. Here we go. All right, close enough, 6.91. Let's call that done. I'm gonna put this back in the freezer while I get my lye prepared. So an additional recommendation for goat milk soap to prevent the burning and scorching of the milk is to nest it inside of a larger container with ice water. And so that's what I have prepared here. And that is to keep the temperature even more reduced to really hopefully prevent any scorching. So here's our lye that I have pre-measured out here at the 4.6 ounces. And I'm going to nest this inside. And we're going to slowly add our lye now. Hopefully that's nested enough. And let's see, guys. I'm gonna just, by the way, this is a stainless steel spoon. You wanna make sure any metal you use is only stainless steel. Otherwise it can have a terrible reaction with lye and cause potentially fumes and other really bad things. So stainless steel or safe plastic for your lye. I stopped using the Pyrex quite a while ago when I realized that they actually cause etching in the glass, the lye does, and then it can shatter unexpectedly on you, and you don't want that. So I just use my pour containers. They're super safe, plastic, very sturdy. They're meant to withstand a lot of heat. All right, let's just kind of keep this going, keep it moving. So far, so good. Just kind of keep adding it a little bit by little bit. This also is helpful for reducing fumes. So when you add lye in a way that it mitigates the temperature, the rapid temperature increase, that's actually what releases the lye fumes, is the rapid release of heat. So yeah, this is also mitigating a lot of lye fumes as well. So that's nice. All right, let's keep going. There you go. So far, so good. All right, let's keep going. Add the next bunch. Whoops, almost lost an ice cube there. And always wear your gloves and your eye protection as well. You don't want to splash any lye on your skin, or God forbid, get it in your eyes. Ooh, that would not be good. Let's add the next little bit. Keep stirring continuously. We're almost there. And I think we're just about there. Probably have to scrape some of this out here at the end, but let's continue to stir. All right, I'll come back when this is all melted. I checked the temp, and good news, the ice bath and the ice cube method, this is as high as the temperature got, so 90, about 96 degrees Fahrenheit. So just a little bit over body temperature, actually a little bit under. So body temperature, as we know, is like 98.7. So it's just a degree or so below our actual body temperature. So yeah, no scorching, no burning. So that method successfully works here with the ice bath and using ice cubes. I'm very pleased. And I really don't even see any discoloration in the milk. So that's a good sign too that it has not been scorched or burnt. I decided I wanted to do another swirling Taiwan. So I am going to use this here for our special design. Again, you don't have to do this design in your goat's milk soap. You can just do a simple loaf if you'd like to, but I wanted to do something a little fancy. So I'm gonna do the circling Taiwan swirl, and I'm going to just use charcoal with different gradations of gray to just for simple design. So this is charcoal pre-mixed with some lightweight oil. And then for our fragrance, I'm going to use Lush Succulent from Brambleberry. This does not discolor whatsoever, and it behaves very well in cold process. So that's exactly what I'm looking for. And I have it pre-measured out here and ready to go. All of our hard oils are now measured out. We have our cocoa butter, we have our shea, we have our palm oil and our coconut oil and our mango butter. So everything is ready to be melted. I'm going to try to get it to about 150 degrees, and then I'll add the sunflower oil. Microwaving the hard oils. I did that for about 2.5 minutes in like 30-second bursts. The temperatures did get up to about 150, and then I gently stirred the rest till the mango butter was the last to melt. So everything is nicely melted now, and we'll add the sunflower oil. Here goes our high oleic sunflower oil. That's 6.72 ounces is going in. The high oleic is better than just regular sunflower oil. It has less chance of going rancid, has a longer shelf life. All right, we're almost there. There we go. And last but not least is our 1 ounce roughly of castor. Castor supports bubbles and lather, so I always add it to all my recipes. And we're almost there, close. And there we go. I waited till my oils had dropped in temperature. They're about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Because this has a lot of butters, I know that this recipe is going to move faster, so I wanted to try to prevent that from being too fast for the circling Taiwan swirls. So I made sure this is lower. And then my lye is also nice and low, of course, because we did the whole ice bath and ice cubes. And that's sitting over here at 72 degrees. So I think we're ready to start soaping. Let's add our lye here with the milk. I'm gonna scrape it all out here. Let's get ready to blend. Burp your stick blender. I'm I'm just going to do it in 5-second bursts because I don't want it to be over blended here and quickly move to a thick trace. So let's just be careful about how we do this. All right, I'm just going to give that a quick blitz. And I'm thinking it's already at our emulsion stage now. Let me take this top off here. We're going to move quickly to adding our fragrance. And just gently hand stir. So far, it's holding its trace pretty nicely. I'm actually impressed. So thank goodness we kept those temperatures low. It's a nice light trace still. We're gonna split this up into 3 separate batches of 16 ounces and start coloring them. I have them separated. Let's not mess around since I know the trace is continuing to thicken thanks to all those butters. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave one completely bare. Then another, I'm going to drop some charcoal, and then the third one, I'll probably double the amount of charcoal. That way there's a gradation. So let's do one squishy from this into that one. And from the syringe here, one full syringe, and then two, let's do 2 in this one. We'll see if we like the colors here. All right, come on. There we go. All right, that way we have a difference in color. We can always add more as needed. Ooh, thickening. I don't want to wait too long here, otherwise our swirl will not be very swirly. All right, let's get this one going. Whoops, I splooshed some out. Ooh, I like that. That's a very pretty gray. Move that one aside. Ooh, it's splishing out. Eye protection is a must since I'm trying to stir this so fast. All right. All right, and in fact, I might make this one just a little darker. That's where it's nice. You can just adjust as needed. Yeah, there we go. I wanted a bit more of a difference between the two. Okay, I think we're ready. Let's get it in the mold. For this one, I'm going to put the gray in first in the middle. So what you want to do is hold down the plastic as much as you can so it doesn't spill into the others. All right. And then let me put this aside. Let's go ahead and do our dark gray. We'll do that next to it. You know what? I just realized I actually have, this is going to be interesting. I made a mistake. There's actually 4 spaces. Well, silly me. You know what? This happens. We're just going to go with it. Oh my goodness. Boy, do I feel like an idiot right now. But let's continue. Let's continue. Whoa! This one's really hard to get soap down because it's so thin. And it's starting to get thick, so I'm trying to get it in there as quick as I can. We might actually have to take these dividers out and just wing it. Whoop! See, there we go again. Ah, I'm making a mess. All right, let's take these dividers out. This is not working. And in fact, I'm going to need that red bowl back. All right. And then I'm going to scrape this into their respective colors. Okay, let's get the other one out. All right, and And then last but not least, and then we'll just use the lines that are already here to keep going. That was next to the dark one. All right, I'm doing my best here. Try not to waste soap, right? Just kind of shake it down and clean it up here. What a mess. All right, I've cleaned it up a bit. Let's continue. What I'm going to try to do is carefully pour the white on the outside. Just, it's so thick. Let's hope we can still do this. And this is why it's hard to use butters and do complicated designs, because they thicken, but I love them so much. All right, the light gray went kind of in the middle. Okay, come on here. You can do it, gray. All right. And then our last will be our dark gray, and then any extras I'm just gonna put in some separate soap molds, I think, at this point. All right, let's get our dark gray. Let's get that line in. Oop, it's thickening. Oop, 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 oop. All right, I think we're okay. And then last but not least, I'll use some white again. All right. And then let's get some last little bit of white in here. And then we'll tap it down. Okay, okay. All right, all right. Try not to panic if this happens. Just keep going. That's why I just show you my process, you know, because this is probably happens to a lot of soapers and you just never see the whoopsies. But I believe in showing the whoopsies so you know and are prepared for all sorts of crazy soap things. All right, we're gonna shake it down and then we're gonna start our Taiwan swirl. Let me grab, sorry guys, let me grab our swirling tool. It's just a simple dowel. You're gonna go up and down. And then once you're done going up and down the whole mold, you will go in circles. 6 times to be precise. And later when we cut this, we're going to cut it down the middle actually to reveal this gorgeous Taiwan swirl. So this entire loaf will be cut horizontally in half and then into bars. So it'll be a totally different cutting process too. We're almost there. Okay, thankfully the soap is actually okay. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good enough. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this in the fridge because I don't want it to go through gel phase. We want to prevent gel and we want to prevent partial gels. So I'm going to clean this up and it's going to go in the fridge to harden. All right. And I'll see you guys in a few hours for the cut. And one last little view before it goes in the fridge. Turned out okay, huh? Pretty. I can't wait to cut it. After about 6 hours, our soap is ready for cutting. I went ahead and split the log in half, as you see me doing here, and then I individually cut each bar into 2-inch pieces, which you'll see me do after I get these split in half. And then the last step was to clean them up with an individual wire cutter so that both sides looked just as pretty as the other. And don't forget to clean your wire cutter also in between cuts so that your soap stays nice and clean. And this is where you see me cutting the top half of our soap loaf. And that's just to make it nice and straight and to clean it up a little bit. And then tomorrow, when the soap is fully hard, I will bevel them and we'll do a lather test as well to see how well the bar performs. It's the next morning and I have beveled them. These are some of my favorites that came out of this loaf. Look at how pretty these are. You see the classic lotus flower here from the circling Taiwan swirl. And each side is just so beautiful in its own right. Isn't this amazing how this swirl turns out? So yeah, even though the batter accelerated, it's pretty cool. It still managed to stay together enough to get that gorgeous swirl in. So I'm very happy with these. I love the gradation of the light gray to the dark, you know, charcoal color. And what's so amazing to me about this, that normally you don't see this beautiful white unless you use like kaolin clay or titanium dioxide. So this is all from the milk, guys, this beautiful white here. Let's see if I can get one where it shows the white a bit more. Ah, here we go. Yeah, see that? That's all the beautiful milk showing through. And because I didn't oven process this, the milk didn't get scorched, so it stayed that beautiful pure white color. And I'm very, very pleased with these. Gorgeous. So I'm gonna let these set up just a bit more, I think, before I do a lather test, because they're still a bit soft. So I doubt they're going to be a true lather test here until they're a lot harder. So maybe next week I'll update with a lather test for the milk soaps. And as promised, here is a copy of my recipe from today. So feel free to screenshot this if you'd like to try it out. Or as I mentioned, you can use any of your own recipes as well. You don't have to use this one to do a goat's milk soap. So if you try it, let me know. Would love to hear your thoughts below. And as always, I appreciate all of your guys' input and your comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't yet. And I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you all have a lovely, lovely weekend. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Take care, everyone.